What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another great edition of No Love Philly, the podcast dedicated to artists, activists, musicians, comedians, breweries, basically anybody in and around the city of Philadelphia or touring through Philadelphia that makes this place as awesome as it is. Dude, today we got a funny one. This is the last episode of the End of Summerfest. Like I said, I know it took me a long time to get these put together. I had to take a break. Work was getting crazy. It was worth putting my time into work, though. I will say that. But I had to put Ramon Bender on first. This guy's hilarious, man. He's a stand-up comedian / songwriter. He makes funny songs, man. He's been on several podcasts, including Crapulent, which I think is his podcast. I know that he does a podcast. I know that we talk about it, but it's been so long since I heard the interview. I really want to get on that podcast, man. This guy, he's also done Crapulent, and Logan does podcasts. And man, I got to tell you, dude, Ramon Bender is his real name, by the way. And he's really horrible at social media. Sorry, Ramon, I got to say that. I tried finding stuff up on you, and it was like you hadn't updated anything since like June. But I know that he does podcasts, man, and I really want to get on it. He's the type of guy, man, that you could just sit back, have a couple drinks with, shoot the shit, and just have like a really good time, man. So I hope to get to do a longer podcast with him in the future. Also, we have OneNightStand, and that's exactly what his name says it is. He's a local performer. He reminds me of a guy that has a sign that reads, "Have guitar, will travel." He's a totally down-to-earth dude, super chill, laid back, does rad shit like work on cars and perform at bars. He's the real deal, man. We were really glad to get him on. And I would like to get a longer one with him as well. We talk about the passing of one of the legendary Dobbs bar, and I hadn't really even realized that it had closed, man. That's how far removed I've been from the scene for so long. So when I found out, I was like, wow, that fucking sucks, because it was one of the first places that I saw when I moved out here to Philly, and I fell in love with it. But we talk about that a little bit. But let's not forget our show list. We have Cast and Chaos still performing at Connie's on Friday, October 27th. You have Riot Nerd. By this time, the tribute to Rob Zombie would have already happened. And so would their Halloween Craft Bazaar, sponsored by PBR. We have these guys on the podcast. So it's going to be great to you guys get to hear more about what they do and what they're up to. But you can still check out Saturday, October 21st. Riot Nerd is having the Philadelphia Monster Ball at Trocadero. On the 22nd, they're having a totally 80s karaoke at the Callback Bar. The 27th, they have the I Remember Halloween party at Ortlieb's. So you definitely want to check that out. By this time, I'm guessing Truck Fighter would have happened yesterday. Truck Fighters, man. Our buddies Holy Smoke got to perform on that one, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then Gwar is coming. Gwar is going to be here October 29th at the Trocadero. They got a new album, The Blood of Gods. Should be released October 20th. This should be coming out the 16th. So, yeah, 4 days, man. Pick up that Gwar album. Did you know that they do a Gwarbecue? I said it before. I'm going to say it again, man. I really hope to one day make it out to a Gwarbecue. It has got to be the most insane thing to ever go to, and I really want to be a part of that. So hopefully one day we'll be able to make that happen. But yeah, their new album, Blood of Gods, and they will be out here October 29th. And what better way to spend Halloween than with Gwar. And then we also have Anti-Flag coming to the Electric Factory on November 3rd, and Dying Fetus happening at TLA on November 25th. November 3rd, I believe, is a Friday, so there's no excuse not to go to that show. And then November 25th is the day after, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So both of those shows should be super easy to get to. I'm excited about it, man. I am super excited about it. We have a lot going on here, and I'm going to go ahead and not take up too much more of you guys' time. Do check out Ramon Bender, and do check out OneNightStand if you see them performing. I was hoping to find shows on both of these guys, but I didn't see anything coming up. Awesome people, awesome folks. Hope to get longer interviews with them next time. Enjoy it. Crazy analog.
What, is it just a recorder, or does it upload to a cloud or something?
No, it's just a recorder, man. It is just...
It looks like, you ever see Ghostbusters?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Egon's.
Yeah, it does. It totally does. This is Zoom H4. Yeah, Zoom H4. Dude, what is your fucking name?
I am Ramon Bender.
Ramon Bender. Is that your real fucking name?
That is my real fucking name.
Holy fuck, dude.
I'm Irish and Puerto Rican.
Holy fuck. Wow, man.
Mostly Irish.
So you like to drink and fight. So.
Yeah, and I've got a knife.
And I've got it right. Hey, so dude, you just did this acoustic set, man. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Well, thank you.
No, dude. I mean, I was fucking like, what the fuck? I think that there's this huge kind of there's this independent scene that I've noted, and it's not that it's something that I've just noticed so it now exists. It's something that's always existed for a long time, but like musicians and comedy, like that are doing, like there's these two girls that have a Netflix special.
Garfunkel.
Garfunkel and Tegan or something.
Tegan and Garfunkel. It's
something like that, right?
Yeah, but they're very funny. I wish I knew their names.
Right, yeah, I know. Apparently not funny enough for me to remember. That's
We're
so fucking
awful.
bad. God, I'm a horrible fucking human being. But yeah, so where do you even how do you define your music? What would you?
Oh, it's comedy first and then music. It's I started with stand-up comedy. I did that for about 6 months, and then I saw actually a girl, Shelly, do a song with a ukulele, and I was like, oh my god, I could do that. That's like 4 chords. I could do that, and then I started doing it.
So I thought it was amazing. Well, first of all, I have respect for anybody that can sing and play guitar at the same time.
Yeah,
anyway.
but I can't do either of those things.
Well, dude, it was a riot of a fucking set. And you're from New Jersey?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right across the bridge in Haddonfield.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you had to out me as a New Jersey guy. Thanks.
Right. But fucking, do you come here to Philly often to play, or do you?
So usually when Fenris or Rob ask me to come out, I'll come out. But I don't usually go to the open mics in Philly much.
All right. So you said that you started off as a comedian for 6 months. Are you still like hitting the comedy circuit to perform?
I run an open mic in Haddonfield every Wednesday at the Tap Room called High Note Humor, and we've been doing that for almost 5 years now.
How the fuck could you even? Do you have a regular day job?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you even exist in that shit, dude? You're too fucking funny to be like. There's no seriously. How the fuck do you exist?
I haven't put the effort in, man. I don't have any recordings. There's one YouTube video of me out there singing a song called "Gay Boogeyman."
Dude, you should be doing a lot more, man. I mean, I feel like you've got something here that's gonna fucking the rocket. What's your inspiration? Like, where do you?
Boy, ooh. You know, there's a lot of guys in this area who are there's 2 other guys in this area who are really great musical comedians who I saw when I was starting out who I really liked. One is Todd Chappelle, who's around in Philly, and he's great. If you ever get a chance to see Todd Chappelle, go watch him. The guy's funny as hell. And then there's Tim Ramis, who passed last year, and he's a very funny comedian. If you ever get a chance to get one of his CDs or listen to his music in any way, it's leagues better than my own. He died.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you been like passed at a comedy club and
No.
never became a regular. Guess not.
Yeah, he's moved to L.A. He's gone to us now. No, great guy. That and like I've always liked Stephen Lynch, but it's as I started to do comedy, I started to see like, oh well, I can do it different than that.
So what is the turnout like in Jersey, man? Like I'm getting plugged in here in the scene in Philly, but
yeah,
what the fuck is the scene like in Jersey?
It's a lot of open mics, not an awful lot of shows. I mean, there's 3 different open mics run by 3 different groups of people, and they all put on a show once in a while. But the turnout, I mean, our open mic, we do anywhere from 25 to 35 people a night. Every Wednesday.
Wow, dude, that's actually a good turnout
Yeah,
for a
it's not
Wednesday
bad.
fucking night.
Yeah, there was no scene when we started 5 years ago. No New Jersey scene. It was all in
5
Philadelphia. And then we started ours, and then more people, as they started doing comedy, started theirs.
5 years. You said you haven't put in the effort, but do you have an album out now?
No, I don't have an album out or anything.
Why?
Man, that's a lot of work to do things, to go and play in front of a microphone like I'm doing exactly
Dude,
right this
what
second.
I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is if you're playing in Philly, when I see that you're playing in Philly, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna come out here with my Zoom. I'm gonna record that shit, and now you're gonna have
It'd
an
be
album.
better than what I got.
It'd
Yeah,
be better
do
than
it.
what you
Live
have
album,
right now.
baby.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
doing it.
Hell yeah, dude. So do you play in Philly often? Do you come out? Do you come across the bridge often?
I'd say once a month.
That's it, man. Wow.
Yeah.
So we're missing out, man.
And not on much.
Right. So fucking. You don't have. This is so odd to interview somebody like, no, I don't have an album. No, I don't have.
Yeah, I got nothing to plug. I got nothing to promote.
Yeah.
You can listen to my other podcast. Who cares?
Yeah, dude. What? You got a podcast?
I do have a podcast.
Fuck yeah, tell me about that.
The Crapulent. It's every Sunday We used to go live. We don't go live anymore. But it's a
Did it
comedy
get too expensive,
podcast.
or was it just too much effort to press the button?
It was too much effort to get everyone in the dang room.
Okay.
It was. We had guys. The host was always like, "Oh no, my kids are sick," and it's like, "Are they really?" For 4 weeks in a row, they're still sick. Maybe take them to a hospital.
So what's your podcast about?
The Crapulent is we pick a topic every week, and a panel of comedians talk about it.
No shit.
Yeah.
There's a whole fuckload of comedians out in Jersey too, man. I mean,
Yeah, there's a fair amount.
Do you ever do New York, or have you?
No, I've never done comedy in New York. I really should.
You have like this amount of talent, but like the least amount of effort possible to do shit with it.
Well, so I've only been doing it 5 years. And
Only
they say it takes
5 fucking
only
years.
5. Well, it takes 10 years to get good at it.
Fuck, you're really good at it, dude.
Wow, thanks.
So
I'm glad you enjoed it as I watched the rest of the crowd walk away.
I didn't see that at all, man. I saw you. I saw you have a nice fucking huddle there. This is going to be a short. This is a short, very short. This is probably the shortest podcast I've ever done. But I'm going to tag you up with somebody else that's on this lineup. You've been a part of this. Still part of this. End of summer festival here at Dave & Buster's, and it's been an awesome show. I love how right now they got fucking Stereotype,
and I've never heard these guys before. These guys are great.
Fucking
I really like this,
dude. And it's
I
like
really
a theatrical fucking. It's a theatrical fucking event, man.
That's what drew me. I've seen some of the other bands tonight, and I was like, okay, sure. But these guys got up, and he starts doing this like God diatribe.
Yeah.
The earth was created in 10,000 years ago, and the lights and the smoke. Oh, it was everything I loved. Everything I love about music.
It's like Prince meets Guar. you know?
I said it was like a young Dio mixed with Jack Black.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's perfect, dude. Yeah. Fucking A, dude. I wish you had something to plug. Would definitely plug your Wednesday nights. You got the podcast going. Where do people find the podcast?
People can find the podcast on iTunes, Apple, and there's actually we have a proprietary system called Wildfire. If you can go to wildfire.com and download the app. You can get it on your phone. Wildfire Studios.
That's awesome, man. Is that something that you're? What is? Explain to me what
Wildfire is. It's internet radio. It's internet radio. So they host a lot of podcasts. Mark Maron's podcast is syndicated on it.
So you guys are syndicated on that shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So you got a lot more going on than just nothing, dude.
I'm only syndicated because my buddy owns the studio. Our host owns the studio.
All right, man. Well, that's fucking. That's some good shit, dude. I'm gonna check that out. I'm going to fucking subscribe, leave a comment, do something.
Do all those things.
I don't know though. It seems like a lot of effort, dude.
It is. Boy, it's too much for me. I'll tell you.
You haven't even done it, right? You're a wild motherfucker, dude. I really hope that we get to cross paths again. I'm hoping that one time I catch you in the Philly.
Catch me, film me with your Zoom. We'll make an album.
Yeah, and
you get producer credits.
Oh, just don't fuck with me, man. That's one more credit than I have now.
That's 5%, baby. Calling it now.
Yeah, dude.
5% of those dollar album sales.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Or we can make them so short that it's a ringtone. Whoa,
that's where the money is.
That's where it is.
Those 99-cent ringtones.
Hey, man, thank you so much for getting on. Everybody needs to check out his podcast. Come to his fucking live show if you see him performing. Do you have any dates coming up that anybody should be aware of?
I do. I will be at the Comedy Cabaret Northeast on September 23rd, and I'll be at the Comedy Cabaret in Doylestown on September 28th.
Awesome, dude. Hey, thank you again, man, so much for your time. And
thanks for having me, man.
I look forward to seeing you, and I hope to get you on for a longer period of time where we can really.
Well, we should do that sometime.
You'll
come on mine. I'll come on yours. We'll do a whole thing.
It'll be a whole coming session.
Yeah,
it'll
be great. I love those. I love coming sessions. Yeah.
All right, dude. Thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you later. All right, man, and we are fucking on. So I'm right here. We are at the side of Dave & Buster's at the party dock, right? Or what is this? The bar at the dock? Is that what that's called?
This is Dave & Buster's dockside.
Actually, you know what? Dave & Buster's. Here, we're going to switch microphones. Here, hold on. Take that. I'll take this one. Check, check, check. Go for it. Yeah, it's got nothing.
Check, check.
All right, so I'm with the pretty motherfucker known as OneNightStand. You fucking beast. So the first thing that I thought when I saw you is this motherfucker is a Louis C.K. joke, and I'm going to tell you the joke. So fucking 18-year-old dudes are like, hey, man, I came here for all the free beer and pussy. Like, where's it at? Everywhere? Oh, all right. So I fucking thought, I was like, this motherfucker's got the name OneNightStand. How fucking more perfect can that be? Like, he's a solo artist playing rock and roll. He doesn't have to share the stage with anybody else. Fucking Tell me the story behind that.
The story behind One Night Stand, I love it because
You'll have to hold that closer.
The story behind One Night Stand, I love it because it's a double standard. Because you get this sexual innuendo that everybody perceives like, oh, yeah, One Night Stand, he's just out fucking girls. But the way I perceive it, the way I wrote it, is I'm one guy, I go out every night, and here I stand for your entertainment pleasure, and my pleasure is your entertainment.
What a fucking motto, man. So, dude, I dug your set, man. It was like real chill, old school, like fucking rock and roll. Like I got that vibe from it. Is that would that be fair to call it, or what
Yeah, no, that's the vibe I'm going for. I'm trying to bring rock and roll back and in the real way, like how it was done. Like the people I idolize mostly is Jimmy Page. Like he wrote a book called Through the Light and Shade with Jimmy Page. Anybody who's inspiring to be a successful musician, I highly suggest read this fucking book because it's everything before he started, when he started, up until all the recording studio time he did, all the bands he played with, all the records he's on over there, and until he decided one day and just walked in the studio and said, hey, we're making a band, and handpicked like everybody over there and just created Led Zeppelin.
So is that your aim? Is that your goal? Is that something you'd enjoy doing? Up to the left, to the left.
Great set, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. So is that kind of what you envision? Like, is that something that you'd like to do? Be able to handpick your own bandmates and create something epic like that?
Not necessarily handpick my own bandmates, but I have a lot of pauses in my music, so it's really hard for people to keep up. So it kind of takes a little bit of a special kind of person to like be able to like see these. Like you got to play the music in order to play it. Like you never heard it before. But usually everyone's used to a standard like like with no pause and no breaks. So when you do play through, it does kind of sound funny. But I mean, I do have a band. I play with Scarlet Sunrise. They actually create my entire band for One Night Stand when we do play out, which is pretty rare. Because I'm over in Jersey doing Coconut Grove open mic on Tuesday nights. Little plug right there.
Coconut Grove open
National
mic.
Park, yeah.
Right on, man. And so, how long? So you cross the bridge? You do that all the time? Are you out here in Philly a lot, or?
I used to be when Dobbs was open on South Street. I'd be there every Wednesday. That was my
did
church.
Dobbs close?
Yeah, Dobbs closed down, and it was crazy because everybody there. I was a regular. I was there every Wednesday.
The world famous Dobbs.
The world famous J.C. Dobbs.
The one with the fucking Pearl Jam poster in it.
Yep, where Nirvana played, Green Day, Pearl Jam, like where everyone got like their start and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was the reason behind that? I had no idea that closed. Apparently I'm a shitty music journalist.
That's all right. So I'm not at liberty to say. Like, I don't know why they closed, but things happen, you know, and I really hope the place does open back up again. And because that's a piece of American music history.
So, ironic you say that because fucking I'm a little bit heartbroken right now because Dobbs, when I first came to Philadelphia, it was a little over 2.5 years ago, and I came into Philadelphia for an interview, for a job interview, and I went out that night just to fucking check this shit out, and sure as shit, man, I ended up at fucking Dobbs, and I was like, this is the most fucking awesome place I've ever been. I love this. I never want to leave Philadelphia ever again. And so to hear that it closed, man, wow, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it was crazy because everyone like scattered like cockroaches because nobody knew what the fuck to do.
Oh, really?
Like, oh my god, like where do we play? What do we do? And it was sad at one point, but it was really cool at the same time.
How long ago did it close?
It's probably been a year and a half, 2 years now.
Fuck me.
It's been a while.
Wow, man. So you say that after Dobbs closed, this kind of legendary place, because it was. I mean, you could feel that just walking in, right? If I felt it my first time,
oh, yeah.
I knew what it was.
The first time I went there, I was like, I can never leave this place. I have to come back. Like, that was my church.
Right.
I don't go to church on Sunday. Like, my church was Wednesday at Dobbs on South Street.
So you say everybody scattered. What in your idea, what happened in the scene as Dobbs closed? I mean, that's kind of what you were saying, everybody scattered.
My personal opinion is that was a local spot. That was in a relatively close location that everybody could gather. We had I'd say the best local musicians play regular through there. Just even international acts. Like I was there for Alien Ant Farm. I saw Cinderella there.
Alien Ant Farm was the first big name that I ever interviewed, and I snuck backstage for it. But go ahead.
But it was crazy because that was like the focal point. That's where everyone got together. That's where the jam was. That's where everyone could congregate and talk to each other and be like, hey, I'm bouncing off this idea. Hey, what are you doing? It was like our meeting ground for all the musicians.
So does Jersey have anything like a Dobbs or like a super like mega spot like that?
Honestly, man, that's like an energy that I don't know that could be recreated. That has been my goal since I've been doing open mic over in Jersey and stuff. I'm trying to recreate that energy, that feel. I want people to come out. I want people to want to be there, and not only to see each other but to play music.
So what about like albums? Do you have any albums out right now, like solo?
I have
shit?
nothing out.
What the fuck?
The only thing you'll find for me is on my page at OneNightStand. That's all capital letters on Facebook. I got a couple videos there, and I'm also on YouTube under Mike Getzinger and OneNightStand. But that's really about it. All I got that's out there.
So these are music videos that you've done, or what is it?
No, it's just me and my guitar and my phone, just recording, just post it up.
Fucking around, right?
Yeah, just fucking around.
Dude, what the fuck is your day job? Because you seem like a fucking a myth.
My day job, I work at a college. I do maintenance. My job there is to repair and maintain. Like, it's really cool because I don't clean anything up. I don't have to pull any trash. Like, so when the air conditioning gets fucked up, or if the heat gets fucked up, or like if there's an electrical problem, or if lights are like, just anything that could break. Like, there's pumps there. We got giant boilers that are big as like full-size vans. And
that's what you do.
They got to make sure everything runs right and just
fucking
well-oiled machine.
Ladies, if you're listening, what you've got here on your hands is a man's man. Guy that knows how to fix shit, play guitar, fucking book shows. He does it all. Fucking, what about touring? Do you do any of that? Or you?
I just have so much on my plate right now that I just want to get everything off my plate so I don't have to worry about all that while I'm doing music. I'd rather just solely focus on music and what I have to do there rather than have 9 other projects that I'm worried about. I got 5 cars at the house, like, and they all got a problem, except my daily that I drove here.
5 cars, and of course you're into cars. Why the fuck not, man?
So I got to get rid of them, and as soon as I get rid of those, I won't have any more headaches. I'll be able to save some money, and I'll just dive right into music, and you probably see me around.
So is that so? What would you like to come out of all of this, man? You're jamming, you're doing things here and there. What is your end goal with this music stuff?
My end goal is to just keep everybody happy, keep them dancing, keep them moving, have a good time. And I just want to live comfortably. I'm not trying to make a mint off this. This is just what I love to do. This is exactly what I love to do. Like, I put my heart, my soul, blood, sweat, and tears into writing music. And, like, I don't care what anybody says about it. I'm going to do it because I just love it that much. Like, I go to work every day, and it's like, oh, man, I don't want to do this. Like, and half the time I'm there, I'm like, oh, man, I could be playing guitar right now. Or, oh, I could write another song. Or I could just try and listen to the atmosphere, like people around me, and try to figure out how to make that better.
That's awesome, man. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Anything that you'd like to say? Anything that you, anything at all?
God bless the Grateful Dead and long live rock and roll, man.
Awesome,
Metalhead
brother.
for life.
Hey, thank you so much for taking, apparently, this was a 10-minute podcast. It's probably the shortest one I've ever done. I'm going to team it up with, I guess I'm going to put it together along with the Prima Donnas, and we'll call it one full cast.
Heck yeah, man.
All
cool.
right.
I really appreciate the time.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank
you
you
very much. Have a good one,
You
all
too.
right?